Hey guys, it's Trav, and I'm going to show you some stuff with Arc. Basically, the basics. Um, I'm going to kind of just show you how the menu works and all the kind of basic concepts. And then from there, you'll have to figure out the specifics because there's a lot of specifics in Arc and a lot of different things you can do that get more complicated. But I'll show you the fundamentals here. So, first of all, I'm kind of playing a already played game, obviously, out in the desert. Got cool pink hair and a cool outfit. Look like an aviator or some shit. Like some ace or whatever, ace pilot. But that's beside the point. Um, I don't need to be here in order to show you the basics. In fact, it's easier somewhere else because this place is not basic. You can see I have a lot of stuff going on around here. I'm not going to show you all that just yet. So I'm going to put my things away, and in using this opportunity, I'm going to show you how menus work. So basically, when you select the item, so I went up to this chest here, right? Large storage box. I press the triangle button or the square button. Works just fine. In fact, I get used to using the square button because you'll see why in a second. But press the button and go into the actual menu here, and you have your personal menu, your inventory on your character on the left side. This is where I'm at right now. And then on the right side is whatever's menu you're looking at. And I say whatever's menu because this wolf has a menu. He has a bunch of rotten food in his menu. And Jerry over here has a menu. Except there's nothing in it. This bench right over here has a menu. And so on and so forth. So open up the menu. You have your stuff on the left. Theirs on the right. And you can also make folders. So I have Trav stuff, a folder I made. I'm gonna keep all my stuff in here. So I'm gonna take all this stuff over here. I'm gonna move it over one at a time. So I could do it in a bunch of different ways. I could select it and then actually move over here and select this one, move it that way. I could also just go to the item itself. I'm actually gonna go to this wood here, and instead of selecting it and moving it over, I could just hold the select button. In this case, X on my PlayStation, and it would be A on the Xbox. So I can select this, hold it, move it over, select this, hold it, move it over, just for a second. Wood, always is good, and stone and thatch. I have the sand here, and sand is something I don't need for anything. I don't need to save it either. There's plenty of sand around, so if I need it, I can find it easy. So I'm going to drop it. I'm going to hit L2 on my PlayStation, L2 on the Xbox as well. And that just drops it right in front of you. And it'll decompose, basically disappear in 2 minutes, as it says in the yellow letters right there. Hold on a second. Alright, sorry, sore throat. Okay, so, back in the storage box here. Now, I don't have everything that I own off of me yet. First, I have these clothes on me. And you can see this is my personal inventory. I press circle on the PlayStation. Show you again. I'm pressing circle or B on the Xbox. And that'll bring up just my inventory with a handy look at myself. I can kind of check out, see if I like the costume or whatever, change the colors. That's all more advanced stuff, but I'll show you that later. I also have my actual clothes on here, so I can take off my hat. I have a long hair right now, I need a haircut. Take off my top, take off the old pants, shoesies, and the gloves. So now I'm naked. So with that being done, I can go back into the storage box that's right in front of me by pressing the square button, and I can move my clothes into the storage box as well. That's how you remove your clothes. If I wanted to change clothes from these desert clothes I were wearing to, say, like iron clothes, I would do the iron clothes in this inventory, and then I'd come over here. And we also have our hot bar options and shit, like our inventory for kind of what's on our hands, what's on our person. So I have a metal pick. The hot bar basically works like, you can see all those like button presses over there. So left, is my canteen, which I don't actually equip. I just drink from it. My pickaxe is up. Sword is to the right. Regular axe is to the left. Square and triangle I'm not using right now, but my circle is my rifle. My X is another thing I just use. It's food. It's like those are cooked steaks right there. My left, and this is now holding L2 while I do this. That's how it switches over the menus there. So the square and the triangle and the circle and X, I actually can't use unless I hit L2, because otherwise, you know, X is my jump, square is my reload, triangle is use, circle is menu, etc. Anyway, I get a left and right on this as well, so that's the left right there, and the right is my bolas I have equipped. Wanted to mobilize something, throw them at them. Anyway, that's how the hotbar works. So I need to get rid of all that stuff on the hotbar because it doesn't have to be in that order. There's no reason that one thing should be in any specific place. I just kind of organize it that way. But it also saves, so you see how it's like shaded out? That means once I come back here and grab this stuff, it'll automatically go to its place. So it's where I'm used to it. I don't have to reorganize it or whatever every time. Alright, I have all my stuff off of me. I am going to use the bed feature to teleport, essentially. And the beds also save your place. And they are spawn points. So all these beds, I'm in this bed over here. Or this bed right... Yeah, this bed right here. All these beds are spawn points. So I can always spawn to this, or up here, or around here. In fact, I am going to spawn to this one right here. The outpost. And I named it the outpost. It doesn't get named that automatically. You can customize almost everything in this game. It's pretty cool. Colors and names and stuff like that. Guns and stuff, unfortunately, you can't customize because I would name something cool, you know. The Eviscerator. Anyway, I just spawned in this bed right here. Now, the reason I had to take all my stuff off, I can't bring all my cool stuff with me, is because if you use a bed to spawn someplace else, they're not going to allow you to take your stuff with you. It's not a straight-up teleport. It's almost like you're respawning. In fact, that's the respawn menu right there. When you die, you'll see this, and you can pick either random areas here on the right that you can't really see, or the beds on the actual map. We'll get into that when we die. This is my little small base here, and it's a perfect place to show you just kind of the basics of this game. Let me get away from it a little bit. Pretend like I just spawned in for the first time. First thing you want to do, like you do in every survival game, is punch trees. Some thatch and some wood, and look for stone on the ground, and with stone, you press triangle or Y on the Xbox, and you pick it up. Added 7 stone, 14, 21. Now, keep in mind, too, that these numbers are skewed from the basic version. I've cranked everything up, all the resource harvesting and stuff, because I was sick of, like, having to harvest all the time. I mean, you'll see why. You'll think it's not far enough, really, if you change it up, because there's so much harvesting in this game, no matter what. Yeah, so you notice I just picked up some berries, some fiber, some stone. I have wood. I have, yeah, thatch. There's the other one I was looking for. So, in fact, since I have stone, thatch, and wood, I can, at this point, make a pickaxe. So that's crafting menu right there. So from your inventory on the left, you press R1. You go to the crafting area, or you could just select it, just with the, the highlight. And we'll start off with axe and pickaxe and hatchet, because those are the two things you're going to use to do some resourcing as yourself, anyway. Now I have a pickaxe. I'm going to go ahead and equip it from my inventory. It's a stone one I just made. Put in my usual pickaxe slot there. And now I can get stone right off of a stone, plus flint, which is important. Now that I have flint, I can grab a hatchet. it just spawned. You see it takes a little second there to actually build it. There's our hatchet. And the hatchet, for whatever reason, so you have the pickaxe and you have the hatchet. Pickaxe gives you more flint than stone. See that? See the multipliers? Hatchet gives you more stone than flint. That's crazy, right? You'd use a wood axe to get more stone from a stone rather than a pickaxe. Whatever, though, right? Pickaxe gives you more metal and other kinds of ores and everything, so it kind of makes sense after a second. But yeah, the hatchet thing is kind of weird to me. And you get more wood from trees with a hatchet, which makes sense. 61 to 13, but with a pickaxe you get thatch. 80 to 9, or 147 to 9. So each of these two tools give you more of the different kinds of resources, basically. You always get like 2 from most things. It kind of changes up in the more advanced levels, but you'll see how that works. Now I need a weapon, so I think I might have enough to make some spears. Cool. So I'm going to put spears down where my sword is, because that's usually my melee weapon. And if you want to do something like that, you can equip the blueprints and the actual item to your hotbar. Now here's the thing, if I equip only the blueprint, I'll just make a bunch of spears. I'm going to need a bunch, actually. Not 11. Like I just made. You can see the top or the bottom right corner. Those are the spears I'm making right now. So that little bar is filling up. That means I'm actually creating them. There we go. Got 4, 7 left, 5. So there you go. I'll have 11. I can actually cancel this right there. You can see the cube is there, right there at the bottom of this as well. Now, so it won't let me actually equip the spear to use this. It just made a 12th one, right? So instead, I actually need to move the spear, the actual thing I've made, down to the hotbar, and now I can use it. Now, if I took all these spears and threw them away, see, I just threw all my spears right there. 8 out of 10. I don't want them anymore. You know what? Never mind, I want them. So I'm going to press right on the D-pad, and I'll build a couple. Now, I won't keep building them, because as soon as one of them is built, I'll just equip it. Now I press the button again. But if you can build it really easily, and there's a bunch of them, you can build a few of them, like a handful of them, basically, before the first one actually completes. And you'll just keep making them. So it's kind of a nice, like, shortcut, rather than going to your menu. Alright, cool. So we crafted some weapons. We crafted some tools. I guess maybe I should show you like what crafting means too, like what the crafting table looks like, or the tech tree. So first of all, back in just to my regular inventory, right? This is the usual screen. You'll see at the very top middle though, there are 5 tabs you can go through. And this on the PlayStation, it's using the options and the pad. On the Xbox, it's going to be basically that start and select button right there, whatever they call those, menu button and other menu button. But you can tab over. And the first one to the right is your engrams. That's what they call them. But this is basically your tech tree, what you are allowed to build based on your level. So every level you're going to get some points. You can see the points in the bottom left screen there. I have 645. And each item costs a certain amount of points to unlock. And each item that you unlock, if you go especially further down the tech tree, it might unlock previous items that you didn't unlock, but they basically serve as the precursors to those items. So you kind of have to have them in order to unlock it. So you might spend, this might say 20 points available, or 20 that I need to use, but it might also include another hidden 7 or 8, because there are a few other things lower in the tech tree that I should have already upgraded or unlocked. So yeah, that's how the tech tree works basically. So I'm a high level, so I don't have, I can go in there and I can unlock something I could use, I guess. As an example, let's use a single panel flag. I need hide for it. But now, if I go into my crafting, I have a single panel flag right there. And yeah, I could build it now if I wanted to. Now, what I should build is probably... Well, I should build a base soon. So, let's build a quick shelter. Now, I have the engrams for a few different shelter items. I have the thatch kind of like version of items, like of building materials. And I'll explain how these all work, but they're all the thatch pieces to the kind of building puzzle there. I have storage boxes, which I need, and then I have a few things that make other things for me. I'll show you what these things are. Let's make some thatch houses first, or a thatch house. Go over this tree. The pickaxe gives me more thatch, so I'm going to get more thatch, but I'm going to need wood as well. And the other thing I'm going to need is fiber, and fiber you get from bushes. So I'm actually going to unequip my axe. I can press the same button as the axe to unequip it. So up and up again, up and up again. Or I can press L2, which is my alternates, remember. Once I get some stuff for this, I'll show you what these are. But I can press L2, or I'm sorry, L1 and then R1, and that'll unequip whatever I'm holding. So L1, R1. And do it again if I want to re-equip whatever the last thing I was holding. So I want to unequip everything in order to get fiber. And I want to go to a bush, and I want to press triangle, which is your interact button. And you can see I get a bunch of fiber from that, as well as berries. I'll show you what the berries are for in a second. Now we got a bunch of fiber. So I can see I got some wood, stone, fiber, or I'm sorry, thatch and fiber. And now I can make some things. So I need foundations first. Foundations are basically what you put on the ground to create snap points. And I'll show you what snap points are. Put that foundation right here. And a foundation right here. And what it'll do is it'll snap to the other foundation, so it'll be totally aligned with it. Now I could just put another foundation off to the edge or whatever, but you'll see why I want to snap it as much as possible here in a sec. Snap right there. And then I can put down some walls. In order to make these, at the crafting section, I'm just pressing the R2 button, by the way, the trigger button. If I press X, I can double click it to make it. But otherwise it's kind of like moving around or something. I don't even know. Well, I guess you just add it to your toolbar. But okay, cool. I made some walls. So once again, I'm using R2 to make the walls when I go in my inventory. Pop up one right there. Pop up one right here. And you know what? I don't want to just keep going back to my inventory. That kind of sucks. So I can actually put this down here in my quick inventory. There we go. Like a door. Doesn't look like I have the engram for the engram from the engram for the window, for the thatch window here. Is there not a thatch window? Wow, I really thought there was one. Alright. The window then. You can see I already have the wall down here, so I can just tap that. It'll build it real quick. The old quick build. Now that I have one, tap the same button connection, combination all over again. There we go, another wall. Here with the door frame anyway. And we'll get a little fancy with this. We'll do a sloped, triangle left, triangle right, and a couple of walls. This is, we'll put down the triangle right there. Triangle left right there. Down our, oh, yeah. It's not going to pop up in the inventory because it's right here on the quick menu. So remember that if you don't see it in your inventory, maybe it's in your quick menu. And put those walls right there, and we'll complete it. Here, with this. Put up a slope. Boom. New house, baby. Sleek, elegant design. It's the perfect amount of space. You know? A house doesn't need to be too big, too empty. Kind of shallow inside. This is the perfect size house for every occasion. Anyway, this is the house. Let's make some. Let's get some light around here. A couple torches. What we're gonna do is gonna plant these torches first. Right there. More right here. Here. And we're gonna go into their inventory. And we're gonna feed them a little wood. So that now there's wood in their inventory, I can actually light the torch. Now before, I couldn't light the torch. There's no option to. Press triangle to light it? No. Instead, it wants us to go in the inventory. Instead of wood, I'll put in thatch this time. Won't last as long, but it'll still light a torch. Booyah. Now, basically, I'll need to create stations for me to craft at. Matter of fact, I'll just do a quick station. I think I have enough. Oh, I guess I need hide for it. Okay, hide. Alright, well you get hide from killing dinosaurs, unlike chopping down trees and getting rocks and stuff. Now we need to go on the hunt. I'll pull out my spear. Now I made 3 spears, and you'll probably see why here, because killing things with just basic spears causes the spears to break at kind of random intervals. Sometimes it'll last forever, sometimes they won't last at all. Oh, we got a dodo. Sneak up on the dodo. It's a wily fucker. That's right. Hold on. We're thirsty. You'll see in the bottom right hand corner, I'm cold. That's the ice, the snowflake icon. And I'm also thirsty. That's the water icon, the drops icon. So in this case, all I have to do is go up to the water and then press triangle, the use button. Oh, I grabbed a stone right there because it was right there. And another stone. But use it at the water. When you're done grabbing stones. Come on. Okay, anyway, I guess I drank it. You might have heard the gulp in there. It was kind of hard for me to hear, but that was me drinking it. Alright. Back to the hunt. Sneak up on this dodo right here. Swift. Thrust! Kill the fucker! There we are. Alright, now, axe and pickaxe do different things with the animal carcasses as well. That's raw meat. Oh, and more hide. Okay, so the hatchet gives you more hide, and then I think the pickaxe gives you more meat. Meat is something you eat, obviously. Unless you're weird or something. Just kidding, I don't care. But, I'll show you how to do all that and stuff, and explain kind of your needs as well in a second. Explain all your needs to you, baby. I'm going to make this mortar and pestle, so I can show you one of the crafting interfaces. A little bit too quick on that one. Pestle. Boom. Now, I can go into here, and I can maybe make something. I can actually make something right now. What do I need for stems? Stemberry and spark powder. Okay. Well, I can put stone and flint in here. And I can go to this, it's the main menu, and I can go to spark powder. And R2, make a bunch of it. Stemberries. Bring those into this menu. You saw I just went from this menu to this menu. I make a bunch of stimulants. Well, a handful of stimulants. I got some stimulants. In fact, put it down here. spot. So I guess I can explain how the bars on the right work. So you'll see on the bottom right hand side there's kind of like this column with a bunch of symbols in it. And each of the symbols means different things. So like you'll see this flashing different kind of symbols at the very top. Those are kind of states of being. So I don't have anything in my hands right now, so it's explaining that. I can't actually chop this thing down without anything in my hands, without a tool. So it's saying there's no tool. Stuff like that. It's kind of meaningless. I don't know. I haven't seen anything important there before. Below that, and where kind of the official column begins, is where the experience is. Basically, that's an arrow pointing up. And when it's full, you have a new level. And levels exist within your inventory. So just below where I was putting my clothes on and stuff, I have these health, stamina, oxygen, food, water, weight, melee damage, movement speed, crafting skill, fortitude, torpidity, blah, blah, blah. And next to those are these shaded out plus signs. You would use those if you got a level to increase one of those by 1 or 2 or however many levels you actually have and how many points you have available. You get 1 point at a time per level. So I've increased my stats already to a certain point. And if that arrow goes up again, I will increase them once again. Below that is my weight, so as much as I'm carrying on me. So if I grab a bunch of wood and stone right now, you can see my weight is increasing until it becomes this giant full tonnage weight or whatever, like the old school cartoon weights. You can see it's totally full now. It's totally fully blue. If I want to lower my weight, I can just get rid of all that stuff I just farmed. Stone and wood are very, very heavy. Actually, you can see the weight difference here at the very bottom right-hand corner. I have 100 times thatch. I have 100 thatch in the stack, and the stack itself weighs 2. But metal, I only have 8 metal, and I can get 100 times metal, but the stack itself weighs 8. So you can see it's significantly heavier than these 2 for 100. I can have tons of thatch without worrying, and not so much metal. Go. Below that is water. So water slowly depletes over time, especially when you're running around and just being active and stuff. The more you're kind of just doing stuff, the more water runs out. Below that is food. Food is very similar, but it's controlled by a different resource, so I get more water like this. Fills it up completely, and more food I'd have to do is I'd have to eat some meat. I have some raw meat here. It's not great for you because it can poison you over time. But once I cook the meat, I can eat that for food. Below that, that lightning bolt is stamina. That's how much I can run. You can see it's flashing right now because I'm kind of fucking around here. Just running. It also goes down when you're fighting things. Oh, see? Spear broke. Fight this bastard right here. And below all that, in the very bottom, is my health. You can see my plus sign there, my health sign going down. You need a more specific gauge on your health if you press circle and look at your actual health at the top. Hit me for about 10, oh, for 9 each time. See those green numbers, or those yellow numbers is what he's hitting me for. Green is what I'm hitting him for. He's definitely outclassed. But I'm getting pretty messed up here, so I better fall back for a second. Some weapons have alternate modes, so with the spear, if I press L2, I can throw it and miss. Oh, I don't have enough stuff to build it right now, so I better just run away. But yeah, that's how that works. Those are your different kinds of states of being, your status, stats. Alright. So what I really need out of here is I need some rotten meat. So what I should do is I should make a bow next. Hunt something down. Get some rotten meat. And then and then I can make the next part of this whole tutorial. I guess I could use this. Let's try this. Slingshot will do kind of what I need. So I wanted rotten meat because I wanted to go to that mortar and pestle, and I wanted to basically do this. The last part of my tutorial here is to train an animal, train a dinosaur, because you need the rotten meat to make narcs, which make trank arrows, which you use to take out an animal. But you can also use a slingshot, because what it does is it like hits them in the head with a rock, and it stuns them, and then eventually it knocks them the hell out. So we'll go with that route for here. I need some stone to actually use the slingshot. I think it's, yep, 59, so. Okay. I'm not going to do that turtle because it's going to have a ton of HP, and it's going to be a little bit more stronger than I can actually do with this slingshot. Nor will I do this trike or the brontosaurus. These are all way too big. Another turtle over here. We'll find something good, guys. Oh, these little guys. Perfect. Let me get this little dude. Oh, the stone does not go far. Okay. Never really used a slingshot before. Sing. There we go. And try to hit him in the head too. I killed him. Damn it. Alright. Well, let nothing go to waste. Matter of fact, use the meat anyway, because it's time to eat. Quick campfire here. Appeared at the top for some reason. Just like the torches I put out earlier. Something to burn in here, and I'll throw some meat on the fire. I can light it. Give that a second here, and we'll come back to it. Grab some actual meat to eat. This guy's a little different from the last one. He looks similar. Oh man, I'm so far off. This thing does not... It goes pretty far. I'm just a little behind this guy. I'm gonna find something else to tame anyway. I could find a dodo. That would be easy. Oh, there we go. A dodo. A blue one and a pink one. That one right there. Oh, killed him. Oh, Jesus. Another one? Yep. Okay. Alright, this is not going super well. Alright, you know what? You know what also does just a little bit of knockout? Is your fucking face. So we'll just do that. Okay. This is ridiculous. Oh, here we go. A Dilophosaur. Remember Jurassic Park, the little spitters? This motherfucker. He's just strong enough where I think I can manage this. First. Yep, see? Spit it right in your face. There he is, unconscious. See, now it says unconscious, and now I have this little menu here. So now, even though I can barely see, I can go into his inventory, just like everything else. I'm going to put some raw meat in there. Now also, you need to pay attention to this this number right below the highlighted part that says Show Ancestors I'm on right now. It's called Torpidity. It basically means how asleep is he. I knocked him out to 192, which is the max. That's good. Now it's falling, which means he's waking up slowly. So I need narcs. Narcoberries are the basic narc. Then you actually make narcs in the mortar and pestle, which was I wanted to do earlier, except I don't have rotten meat. And it increases from there. But you can just take narcoberries if it's a weak dinosaur, press R2 on him, make him eat them, I'll make that torpidity at the bottom there go up. So I don't really need to do that with the Dilophosaur. I just need them to eat a little meat. As they eat meat, they tame, and you can see that bar at the bottom there. And the unconscious is usefully right there as well. So that's how many berries I need to keep feeding this guy if I want to actually tame him. If the unconscious goes all the way down, he wakes up, and you're not taming him anymore. You have to knock him out again. So he just ate once, and that means he's taming. They eat whenever they're hungry, and you can see they have a food meter right there that's slowly going down. Once it reaches a certain level, it means they're hungry, and they'll go ahead and try to eat whatever's in their inventory. You have to give them what they want. So some dinosaurs are meat, some dinosaurs are berries, like these yellow ones or blue ones. Mostly you want these these purple ones. They're the best actual berries. And yeah. So usually you have enough time to walk away from a dinosaur. The only thing you have to worry about is whether or not something else is going to kill it while you're away. So you might want to post up on a dinosaur that's really important to you. I'm dying of hunger though, so I'm going to find wherever the hell my fire pit was. Which I don't think it was this far. Oh, there it is. So I put down this fire pit, put some wood in the inventory, and then go back here, check the inventory, and look, what do you know? Some cooked food. And that actually goes right to my hotbar because that's usually where I get my cooked food. Move it to your inventory, it'd be the same thing, but just use it. So in your inventory, you'd press R2 on it just to use it, so. I guess I gotta go up to my inventory, that's dumb. Go. If I brought it to my inventory, I could just use it from here, R2. But instead, I'm going to keep it in my hotbar. That way it's easy. If you ever start starving, you just, if you have some, just grab a bite real quick. Anyway, took our time there. Go back to our Dilophosaur. See if we tamed him. It's right there. Yep, and I see his name hovering over his head now, so that means I tamed him. It just says Dilophosaur right now, but I can go over to options and change his name. Okay, I should explain that. I'm going over to inventory. It says access inventory, but instead of pressing triangle or Y on Xbox, I'm going to hold triangle, and that'll give me the radial inventory. So as long as I'm holding triangle, I have this inventory open. Go over to options. I'm going to go over to change name. Call him Smitty. There we go. Now he's my buddy. So he's level 40. I can look at his stats. If I look at his inventory, I get the same kind of menu as mine, where I have all his stats, and here's his upgrade because he has a level up. Points available, you see. So I'm going to increase his health, make him a little stronger. It should refresh to where you actually see the upgraded health. There we go. Sometimes it takes a second. It's supposed to be instant, but sometimes it takes a second. It's a little low right now because you don't automatically, refresh your health or whatever. Otherwise, it would be a little too OP because every time your dinosaur was in a battle, they get an experience, they get a level. You could just heal them up immediately. Another thing I can do with dinosaurs with another radial menu. Well, here, I'll show you this radial menu. I can check his behavior, and that means I can make him actually follow me, or I can make him wander or mate with other dinosaurs of his type if they're also trained by me. Enable turret mode, so he'll just stand there and he'll actually just kind of fight whatever comes in the distance. Change his following distance, his attack stance, his targeting range, yeah. Stance is kind of different too, so you might make it so I have a very precious animal that I don't want to die. I might make him so he passive flees here. freeze. He'll passive flee. So if I get attacked by another animal, he's not going to come and help me attack. He's going to run away. Now that might not seem useful for a guy who's supposed to attack, but if he's very cool, like it's like I'm training the animal, or if he's like my flying animal, my mount, he's my way back home, because I'm going to ride him back home. I don't want him to get tangled up with this Triceratops who starts attacking me. I want him to get away so I can find him later. Strike lost interest? Okay, cool. Anyway, and then I just have to find his ass later. It's tougher on the foot. You can get some tools and stuff that help you out with finding your dinos later. What the hell is this guy? Anyway, that's how you tame him. There we go. Now he's far away from me, right? If I want to hold circle, I'll look at him. I'll like make an imaginary like cursor in my mind on my screen. I'll look at him, and then I get the radial menu when I hold circle. So usually that's your inventory. Instead, I'm going to hold it, and it'll give me these options. They're basically my my whistle options. So I can whistle for him 1 to come over here. Now he's not in range. I guess I can't. Another one of his buddies over here. Really? That high? Wow. Okay. I'm just not hitting this guy. Jeez. I suck at this. Get him to follow me. That's using the circle menu. And if I really want to, I can get him to attack. So that is L2. Remember your options at the bottom there, your buttons. Instead of hitting square, triangle, circle, or left and right, while holding L2, I can press up or down on the D-pad. I can direct my dinosaur around. And if I point at another dinosaur, he'll attack him. Even if he's on passive mode. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. I guess on passive mode, he doesn't. Alright. So I just directed him over there. Okay, he was just acting weird. So get him to attack this guy. So that's me holding L2 and pressing up on the D-pad. If you press down on the D-pad, it's kind of the same thing, I think. I'm not sure exactly how it's different, but it's different somehow. I don't know. I don't really use it too much. That bird just stole my berries. Fucker. Alright, well, anyway, that's like basically the game. So now I can control the dinosaur as I see fit. If I want to change kind of like what's going on with the dino. Where's he at? He's off there harassing shit still. There he is. So if I want to make him stop, I can hold circle button again, and go stop. You gotta be pointing at him, so you kind of have to get used to like quick firing that shit. There we go. Give him to follow me again. There we go. And yeah, everything is kind of like a derivative of that up to a certain point, and then it gets more complicated, but that's more or less the game. Once you make your creature attack something, by the way, they go into automatic attack mode, so you have to like take them out of it. So I'll stop him real quick by using the quick menu, a quick option. And I'll go into his triangle menu, go to behavior, and his stance is now attack your target. So I can put him in aggressive. He'll just kind of attack whatever. Passive, he just won't attack at all. That's not great because they will stand there and just take hits. Neutral is when they'll act kind of like they will in the wild. So they might also attack things if they're predators like this little guy. But if they're like an herbivore, they'll just probably run away or whatever. And passively just makes them run away. So even the toughest predator, the most like aggressive predator, will just walk away if you get attacked or if something starts attacking them. They'll try to get away as much as possible. And that might not be a great thing either, because if whatever's attacking them is faster than them, it'll just continue to attack them until you kill that thing, or until whatever, or until you like order your creature to kill them for you. Water here. See that? I was dying. I was going red. Gotta make sure you drink your water. Gotta make sure you eat your food. Keep all those bars up as much as you can. Except for the weight one at the near top. You want to keep that one low. Or, you know, if you go too high, you won't be able to move anymore. I'm not sure if I demonstrated that, but yeah, keep the weight all the way up. Now I'm slower. I can't jump. And if I get it completely to the top, I can't fill it up anymore, I can't actually move. Like I'm pressing buttons here, and it's letting me look around, but I can't actually move. So that's important. Get rid of everything with L2, and now I can move again. Anyway, yeah, that's the game. Play with me. Let's have fun together as friends. Ah, he stole my rock. No, never mind. That was my last rock anyway. Alright, anyway. Bye. I'm gonna kill myself now. Just jump in the water. Respawn. Actually, I'll show you that real quick. There are, like, swimming mechanics. So you can go in here. Be careful where you swim. There's stuff like piranhas and sharks, giant fucking sharks like that guy. Go fight him. Come take me, shark. A little sunken ship down there? What is that? What's that? A cross. I never saw that before. We'll go check it out. You'll notice on my right-hand side there, too, there's a little oxygen tank that's been going down since I went in the water. That's your oxygen. So, now I'm suffocating because it's low. It's cool lights down here. Oh. Oh, there's a shark attacking me. There we go. I'm in Kiel. Alright, well, I'm gonna go back to my old bed here. It's this one, right? Yeah. Back to where I came from. The very beginning. There we go. Hope you guys enjoyed. All that good stuff. Yeah. Hope to see you guys on here. It's gonna be fun. Badass otters. Giant frogs and shit. Alright guys, well, I'll see you later.